أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. It is my pleasure to introduce the first class or the first lesson in this year 2020-2021, and I hope inshallah ta'ala all of you are going inshallah to enjoy our lesson, which is the first lesson in grade 11, and you are welcome in the course book grade 11A, as we have mentioned that inshallah ta'ala we are going to study this year this interesting book, and we start as usual with the contents, okay, and what we are going to study inshallah this year. As you can see that the first theme is going to cover communication. The second theme inshallah ta'ala you are going to discover also those teenage things, followed with travelers and tourists, and the last theme inshallah ta'ala you are going to study about innovation. I would like also to mention these two tasks here at the end of this book, which is really very important and you need to take care of it, which is related to the communication activities, and also about acknowledgement, which is related to the grammar, how to write, and different things there. Okay, as usually we start with the aims, and inshallah ta'ala at the end of this lesson you will be able to read a text both for gist and detail, which are very important skills here. And then we are going to discover also, and we'll be able to review ways of differentiating between uses of present simple and present continuous verb forms. So these two aims that we are going to deal with inshallah ta'ala in this lesson. Okay, let's go on to the first page of your course book, theme number 1. As you can see here we have the main topic, okay, and the main topic is speaking about communication. Okay, so as you can see here we have different pictures, and we have we have 6 pictures. As you can see, the first picture is writing, and then we have a computer, we have radios, and we have also a newspaper, and then we have police officers, and the last one is, I think, as you can see, it is related to mobile phone and so on. So theme number 1 is communication. You can guess the meaning of communication from these 6 pictures, and I'm sure that you know what does it mean, but we need to give some details regarding this vocabulary item. So vocabulary, the first one is communication, and what does mean? What do we mean about communication? Communication is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, exchange of information. Okay, so the main idea about communication is what? Exchanging information using a tool. So how you communicate with others, it depends to the way that you use it. It depends to the system that you are using it in order to communicate with others. So this is the main definition of communication, and we have also another definition, which is a verbal or written message. Okay, for example, the captain received an important communication. Okay, so this is about communication. Communication, the plural is communications. As you can see here, we add the S for the plural. So communication is a noun. So communications is a system, as we mentioned, of telephones, computers, for transmitting or exchanging information, wireless or electronic communication. So this is what we call it as a modern definition for the word communication, as you know. And the synonym of communication, okay, we have it as dispatch. This is a synonym for it, and also a message. It's also a synonym for communication. And as you can see that we have also the verb of communication. So what is the verb of communication? Communicate is the verb. Communicate. Okay, this is the verb of communication. So if you want to communicate with others, so or the verb of communication is communicate, as you can see here. Okay, so we have noun and we have it as a verb. The second vocabulary item here, which is also very important and you need to know it, and it is related to communication silently, as we can see it. This is body language. Okay, body language. Of course, it is a noun, and we can say that this is non-verbal communication, a non-verbal communication without saying any word. So it is related to facial expressions, okay, and eye behavior or gestures, postures, and the like, for example, often through or though to be involuntary. So you do it involuntary, okay, without preparation. You do it something what without any saying any words. This is what we call it body language. As you can see here, we have an example of it. For example, the word wink. As you can see that the man is winking now, so he is not saying anything without any verbal action. Okay, so this is what we mean by the body language. The third vocabulary item that you should know it is, I think it is also important here, is the word blog. We have it as a noun and also we have it as a verb. Okay, so if we have it as a noun, the meaning is a website containing writers or a group of writers' own experience, okay, observations, opinion, etc., and often having image and links to other websites. Okay, so it is what? It is a group of writers' own experience or observations or opinion, written one, of course. Okay, and also it is a single entry or post on such a website. For example, she regularly contributes a blog to the magazine's website. Okay, so this is what does it mean, the noun. And we have it as a verb used without object. We can say that blogged and blogging. Okay, to maintain or add new entries to a blog. So this is what does it mean. And we have it also, we use it with an object. We call it that blogging, to express or write about on a blog. So if I want to write on a blog, I can say I have blogged, for example. And here we have an example. She has been blogging her illnesses for almost a year. Okay, so just in summary, we have the word blog. It has two meanings. It has a noun meaning and it has also a verb meaning. Okay, so let's go on and continue on the same page, page number 1, your course book. And we have here this text. So we need to go through this text and have the most important vocabulary item as an introduction in order to understand what is going on throughout all the unit or throughout all the theme. So let's read it together and have the meaning of this vocabulary item. And I think most of it, you know it. And the new vocabulary item, I have already explained it to you. So communication technology today is changing the world as we know it. The development of each communicative tool used by humans, body language, speech, writing, and then we have printing, newspapers, the telephone, radio, the television, has moved human development forward. Today, the new communication technologies, the internet, wireless system, laptops, computers, mobile phones, and email are being developed at a faster rate than at any time in the past. More and more people around the world are communicating with each other through the new technology. Online blogs, videos, diaries, text messaging, and social networking sites mean that people can meet and interact from every part of the world. What will the technologies of the future be? We can only imagine. So as you can see that the bolded word or the bolded vocabulary item, mostly you have already understood it. So for example, the body language, I have explained it to you, and speech is a part of, this is a part of the word speaking. So if someone has a speech, so it means that he has speak to a people or a group of people, so the speech. And then we have writing, printing, newspaper, the telephone, radio, television, and so on. These are a well-known vocabulary item. Internet, wireless system, laptop, computers, mobile phone, and this is an everyday vocabulary item, and we have it in everyday life or in everyday's life. The new vocabulary item, I have mentioned it before, which is related to blogs or blog, the singular, video diaries, okay, and text messaging, social networking, and so on. I think you have an idea about it. You need to take care of this vocabulary item. Write it down because you are going to face it later on in this unit or in the whole theme, because all of these vocabulary items are related to the word communication. Okay, so let's move on to the next task, which is on page 2, your course book also. We are going to learn a new skill here, or a new skills which is related to the reading. Okay, the new skill is related to reading, and as you know that we have two main reading skills here. The first one is skimming and the second one is scanning. You need to apply it here in this reading. So let's read the rubric here on the instructions. Skim the following text, choose the most appropriate title. Okay, then read the text in details. So when you read it to details, you need to do another skill here. So how many topics do we have? We have 3 main topics here: understanding body language, police officers are doing a good job, and hidden message or hidden messages. So we have 3 topics. Before reading, I need to understand what are these topics in order to choose the best or choose the correct option. And also before reading, and this is as an advice, okay, before doing any reading, you need to divide the text into paragraphs, and it is as it is mentioned here. We have 4 main paragraphs, okay, and I need also to apply the 2 main skills that I have mentioned. Okay, here we have the scanning and skimming skills, as you can see. So scanning is reading quickly, okay, to search for a specific information. So you are looking for a specific information, not general idea, but a very specific information. Okay, for example, why? Okay, why is that happen, or where it happens, or who did it? So these are what details. So scanning is reading quickly to search for a specific information, while skimming is reading quickly to gain general idea, okay, to have a general idea what is this paragraph is speaking about, okay, or what is the topic of this paragraph. So I'm using skimming. As I mentioned, these 2 skills are very important in reading, and you need to develop these 2 skills in order to be a good reader. So skimming is reading quickly to gain a general idea, for example, titles, as I have mentioned, okay, or subheadings words, and that are in bold, for example, or italics, or underline the first sentence of every paragraph. So usually the first sentence of the paragraph gives you the main idea, or what is this paragraph about. If I look into the first sentence, I can get the main idea what is this paragraph about. So by skimming, I can get the idea for each one of these paragraphs. Okay, so here, as we mentioned, that we have 4 main paragraphs. Okay, I can get the main idea of each paragraph through the first sentence. So I can underline the first sentence and guess the meaning of each one. Okay, so this is the first, or the introductory, or the introduction of the first paragraph. Throughout the first sentence, I can get the meaning. So this is the main, or the introduction for the first paragraph, right? So here I can get the meaning. So what is this paragraph about? By reading the introduction of the first paragraph, I get easily the meaning. So how do you know when someone is lying to you? How can you tell that someone is really listening to what you are saying? The answer to this question lays in body language. Okay, so it is related to body language. So the answer of this paragraph, or the answer of these two main questions. So he's in this paragraph is answering how can when someone is lying to you, how do you know that if someone is lying to you? And then here, how can you tell that someone is really listening to you or not? Okay, so this is the main idea of the first paragraph. Okay, let's move on to the second paragraph. And also I can understand the second paragraph throughout the first sentence. Okay, so this is the first sentence where it stops. Where is the first stop? Here. Okay, many people need to be able to recognize certain types of body language in the job that they do. Okay, students, so again he is speaking about body language. So many people need to be able to recognize certain types of body language. So here he is going to speak about types of body language. If I move on, okay, to the third paragraph, again here, go to the first sentence in order to understand. No need to go in details, because I'm not looking for the details now. I'm looking for general idea, understanding the general idea of each paragraph in order to have a topic. So also I need here to have an aim. Why I'm reading. I always ask my student, when you read, you need to have an aim while you are reading. You are looking for something. You are searching for something. So you need to have an aim. Let's move on to the third paragraph. It is not only professionals who use and understand of body language to help them. Okay, so what do we have here? Again body language. So there is not only, or it is not only professionals who use or understand the body language. Someone else can also understand the body language, and he is going to explain about him or them or so on. And the last paragraph, okay, finally, if you want to know the answer of the first question, in this article, read on. So the first question, as mentioned at the top there, how do you know that? How do you know when someone is lying to you or not, or he is listening to you or not? You need to read this paragraph. So this is how it works. Okay, students? So maybe I am doing it in 3 or 5 minutes now when I have started, but you can do it in less than 2 minutes in order to have a topic for this text. Okay, so what is the correct option here? We have 3 paragraphs: understanding body language, police officers are doing a good job, and we see we have hidden message. Of course, the right answer is A, understanding the body language. How we understand the body language, because it is mentioned in the first paragraph, in the second paragraph, the third paragraph, and the fourth paragraph, and he's speaking, explaining, giving details about body language. So this is how you can answer these types of questions. Okay, let's move on to the next question, I think, which is what? True and false. True and false, here we need to have the second skill, which is scanning, because I'm looking for what? For details here. Okay, read or search for specific information. I need to figure out if these statements are true or false, and which means that I need to understand the text correctly. Okay, so now you have you have two skills here, or two techniques that you may follow it when you answer these types of questions. Okay, the first techniques is to read the questions. Some students do it in the exam or in any text. They read the questions first and then they move on to the text. Why they do that? They need to have an idea what is the examiner or the one who asked them, he's asking what? He's asking about what? So while I'm reading, I can get easily the answers for these questions. This is one technique. And the second, or the first technique, the second technique here is just to read it as usually, summarize the main point while you are reading, and then move on to the questions and answer it quickly. So I prefer the second one. Okay, I need to go to the text again and have an idea for each paragraph here for me. So the first, or the topic sentence here, we have already known what is it about. So let's move on to the more details here. Body language refers to the way we move our bodies, make gestures, or use facial expression to help get our message across. Although many of us don't realize it, we are constantly using our bodies to send signals to each other, which tell anyone watching what we are really thinking and feeling in any situation. So I can summarize what is the main idea of this paragraph. I need to summarize it just in one word. So he is giving the definition of body language. What body language is. So he's summarizing and he is giving me a definition of what is the body language. Let's go to the second paragraph, because why I'm doing that, why I am summarizing some details here or underlining the most important vocabulary item, because we have questions there and we have true false questions. I need to answer it. So I can go easily to the text. I can get the answers very fast. Okay, so here police officers, someone who use the body language. Here we have police officers need to stop signs that tell them when someone is feeling guilty, while teachers need to recognize when either students are interested or bored, attentive or confused. Okay, so here we have teachers, we have police officers, and here we have politicians. Use positive body language signals and other non-verbal clues to make themselves appear truthful and trustworthy in order to get support. So now he is giving us who use it. Who use the body language, as you can see, who use it. Who use the body language? This paragraph is speaking about this one. And the third paragraph, it is not only professionals who use an understanding of body language to help them. Imagine you are going to a job interview. Okay, in Western culture, walking purposefully into the room, smiling, sitting comfortably, and using your hands support your words, all send the message that you are feeling positive and confident. So these are the signs, these are the body language that you have it. Okay, represent that you are confident and you are in a positive feeling. However, walking nervously, not making eye contact, okay, crossing your arms in front of your body, not understanding gestures, giving out the positive message, okay? Opposite message, which is the negative. So in situations when your body language is very important, make sure the signals you are sending are really the ones you want others to receive. Okay, so now he is speaking about or giving example now. Okay, giving example what body language means. The last one, finally, if you want to know the answer to the first question, okay, someone who is lying to you will look down, okay, to the left as they tell a lie. Okay, whereas someone who is interested in what you have to say often puts their head on the side as they are listening to you. So the last paragraph is answering if you want to know about if someone is lying to you or interested in what you say. Okay, so now I'm having what details now. When I read like this, I am having details. I try to summarize the most important, underlying the most important issues there. Okay, now I can answer the questions easily. Let's go one to one, one by one. So here we have true or false or not given. Okay, so now we have how many answers? We have 3 options there. Okay, look at 2A. You can tell when someone is lying to you by reading their body language. You can tell, okay, when someone is lying to you by reading their body language. Is it reading? Reading the body language, is that true about reading the body language? Of course. So this is true because we have an idea about it. It is mentioned in the first paragraph. B, you can never tell when someone is lying to you. You can never tell. So here we have never tell when someone is lying to you. Why I am underlining these vocabulary items? Because these are the key words of the question. These are the key word of the statement. Okay, it represents the meaning. Okay, so now here when I say never, there is no way to have it. Tell someone is lying to you, what do you think is the answer? Is it true or false? Of course it is false, because we can it is mentioned in the last paragraph. What we have said in the last paragraph, okay, someone who is lying to you will look down to the left as they tell a lie. So you can recognize if he is telling a lie or not. And then the third one, animal, okay, animals use body language too. Okay, what about animals? Did anyone mention animals in the text? Of course, the answer is no, because here we have examples of what? We have examples of teachers, politicians, police officers, but what about animals? No one mentioned animals. So the answer is what? The answer is not given. Okay, students? Let's move on to D. All people who work need to understand body language. All people who work need to have and understand the body language. What do you think? So what are the main or the keywords here? We have all, no specification. In general, all people, you have to have. Okay, so this is all who work need to understand body language. So these are the keywords here. When I say all, okay, do we have all there in the text? If I go back to the text, do we have all or some? Okay, so he said it is not only professionals. So here body language help them. Imagine that going to a job interview. Here we have body language jobs that they do. Okay, many people, but not all, need to be able to recognize certain types of bodies. Here you have many people. What does mean many? Is it all? Of course no. So the answer is false, not all. Okay, police officers and teachers use and understand an understanding of body language in their jobs. We have 2 examples there. Of course, making eye contact, it makes you look confident. He's speaking about eye contact. Where do we have eye contacts? So this is why I need to underline the most vocabulary item or the most important items in the text, so I can easily go back where eye contact is mentioned. Of course, it is mentioned in paragraph number 3. Okay, so here we have the word, where is it? Positive confident. Okay, so not making eye contact. Okay, We have eye contact. If you don't have eye contact, it means that what using trust giving or the positive out of the positive or the opposite message, which means that negative side. Okay, so if you don't have an eye contact, it means that you are not, you look confident. Of course you look confident, this is true. If you don't have eye contact, it means that you are not confident. In some cultures, sitting with your legs across making you look nervous. What do you think here? He said in some cultures. Is it mentioned that the cultures or the nations or the people, some people? I don't think so that cultures are mentioning that. They mention the body language in general, but without mentioning the culture. So it is not given, or we can say that the answer is false. But generally it is not given. Liars always put their head on one side when they are talking to you. Liars always put their head on one side. Okay, let's check this information because this information is in the last paragraph. Put their head. Okay, who is lying to you will look down, this is the first thing, to the left as they tell a lie. If he's telling a lie, he is looking down to the left. So this is the main issue here. What about here? Liars will put their head on one side. Okay, they look on the left side. So this is false. Okay, so this is to check your answers. The first one is true. As we have mentioned, not everyone. E and F true, not given. They might or might not. Okay, students, and I think now you have got an idea how to answer these types of questions. It is really an important issue because in the final exam you have about 20 marks in reading. You have 15 marks in listening. Okay, so this is listening, this is reading. In writing, I think you have about 15 marks. Grammar and vocabulary, you have something like 10, as I remember, grammar and vocabulary. So the highest mark is in reading, so you need to develop your reading skills. Let's move on to the next task here, which is grammar. You can have it in your class book, page number 5. Okay, course book, page number 5. We have a grammar. Actually, it is a recall. You have an idea about it. It is related to the present simple and present continuous. And inshallah ta'ala, we are going to summarize the main idea and what is the main differences between the two types of present here. Okay, so what is the difference in meaning between the two questions? So here we have two questions, question 1 and question number 2. And what is the differences here? What do you think about technology? Okay, what do you think about technology? And then what are you thinking about? Okay, so now we have two questions. I need to look at two things. The first one is related to grammar and the second one is related to the meaning. Do they have the same meaning? Do they have the same grammar structure? Okay, so you need to have an idea about these two things. So the first one, what do you think about technology? He is asking a question, okay, related to which type of present? Okay, is it present simple or present continuous? What does mean continuous? Continuous, it means we have an ing maybe. Okay, connected with the verb. Before it we have is or are maybe. Here we have symbol. What does it mean symbol? Okay, I need to think about that. So the first one is, of course, it's related to present simple, and the second one is related to the present continuous. But now, okay, let's move on to more details. Look at the sentences on the left side, and we have the the use of the present, for example, simple here. Okay, and here we have the use of the present continuous. So when I use it, let's discover it. So the first one is using the present simple as a habit or routines. Habits or routines. What does mean habits? A habit, it means that I usually do it. Okay, routines, it means that it is a part of my life. I do it every day. So this is, I use what? Present simple. Okay, so this is the first one. And then we have a situation that is true. Okay, I can't judge. It is really true. Okay, for example, the sun rises from the... Okay, so this is a true statement. Describing a permanent state. Okay, also it represents the present simple. So if I have these three main meanings, I directly go to the present simple. Okay, and you are going to discover it in, by examples. We have examples on the left side, but I'm just reading the meaning first, and then I go to the sentences. The present continuous here, we have an action that are happening right now. So something happened now. Okay, I give it in, or I put it in the present continuous. What is happening around me? For example, now the light is on, so it is lighting, for example. So I add an ing, or I am speaking. This is what's happening right now, and you are listening. So listening is a continuous tense. So this is the first meaning. The second meaning here, activities or situations that are happening now. This is condition one. Although maybe not at the exact moment of speaking. It's happening right now, but it doesn't mentioning the specific time. Maybe I'm speaking about, for example, someone is sitting at my home. For example, I know that my brother is at home right now, okay? But when he had been to the house, I have no idea, but I'm sure that he is at house, so I can say that my brother is sleeping at my in the house, for example. The third meaning here, or the third meaning of present continuous, plans or arrangement for future. So we use the continuous to represent the future. So it has a meaning related to, or it has a meaning to related to the future. Now we have got the meaning or general idea about the present simple or the present continuous. What does it mean? Let's go to the sentences and match it with the meaning. Okay. Number one, she is texting her friend on her new phone. As you can see that, starting with subject, this is the present what? And we have ing here. Of course, it is what? It is continuous. So now I know it is continuous because I have mentioned that we have is or plus verb with ing. So this is continuous. This is the form of continuous. And we have sometimes am, okay, plus the same. So now we have that this is present continuous, but which meaning? It has which meanings here? We have she is texting her friend on her new phone. Okay, is it an action that are happening right now? Of course, yes. So this is D, because it is happening right now. She is texting her friend on her new phone. The second one here, he is taking a course in computer science. He is taking the same idea. Here we have what? Continuous. But which type of continuous is it? What does it mean here? The present continuous. Why we use the present continuous here? Okay. He is taking a course in computer science. It means that he has started this course. He has already taken this course. He has started this course at the beginning of October, for example. Now we are at in the middle of October. So it means that what? An activity or situation that are happening now. Okay, students? So this is the second one. Okay. let's complete it with the continuous, and then we will go back to the simple or present simple. Here I have also what we have continuous, because he said I am getting, so we have am plus verb with ing. I'm getting a new phone tomorrow. He has already arranged that, maybe he has paid for it, so now he have it a plan or arrangement for the future. Okay, have you got the meaning now about the, inshallah we'll give details later on, and I have another explanation or another examples related to this task. Let's move on to the present simple. So the present simple, so now number 1 has been done, 2 and 4. We have 3, 5 and 6. 3, he emails his friends every day. We have the sign here, every day. He emails, as you can see that we have singular here, and the verb we add an s because what? The subject is singular, so it represents the present simple. So now we have it as what? We have it as an habit, something as a routine. He do it every day. 5, they live in Suhar. Okay, so they live in Suhar, which means that this is what? A situation that is true, and they are or there are many blogs on the internet. This is describing a permanent state. So this is in general, because we don't want to spend lots of time in this one. I need to give you this summary, sorry. Okay, so just to summarize, present simple, and we have the present continuous tense. Okay, so this is an action that's happening right now, as we mentioned before, and this is an example. She is reading a newspaper upstairs. Where is she? She is upstairs. What she is doing? She is reading. So this is an action happening now. The second meaning here, we have what? Annoying habits, or always. So it means what? He is doing it every day, always. She is always singing in the shower. Okay, we have it also in the present continuous. Future arrangement. Okay, she is getting married after or on the 3rd of November. Okay, this is something will happen later on. So which means that they have arranged that, they have booked for hotel, or example a hotel, and they have paid, so that's why we use it in the future. Temporary states, here she is working at the hotel until next week. Okay, so here we have an extra meaning, okay, to explain temporary states, and the rest are mentioned before. Okay, so let's go on to the present simple. Let's move on this one. The present simple here, we have general truth. Okay, so it is, for example here, it rarely rains, or it rarely rains in the desert. So we all believe that the rain in the desert is rarely happens. So this is a general truth. And the second one here, we have present habits. For example here, Marsha goes to dance club every Thursday. So every Thursday is a habit here. And then the timetable events, we have the plane to London takes off at 6:30 a.m. So this is, we use it what? If something is scheduled, we use the present simple. And then we have permanent states, the final step which is mentioned in your book. He works at a hotel. Okay, now I think you have an idea about it, and you know how to differentiate between the present continuous and the present simple tense. Now let's move on to the more examples. Okay, just more examples with more vocabulary. Okay, I have enough time now. So here we have, for example, the present simple. The present simple we have, it has what? Usually this vocabulary item, it comes with it. For example, here we have always, we have every day, on Thursdays, sometimes, usually, at weekends, every week, normally. So usually these vocabulary items are used in the present simple. And now here we have on the other side we have present continuous. Now these are the main vocabulary item: right now, at the moment, today. So all of these vocabulary items are used in the present continuous. Okay, and here you have the examples. For example, I don't eat. Okay, sorry, you don't learn, for example, or here she doesn't watch TV. So we have what this the meaning of this grammar as we have acknowledged you. So here this is as the final from your book. You can do it yourself or you can revise it just quickly. We can do it together. So which one is the right option here? What book are you reading, or do you read at the moment? Since he said at the moment, so the right answer is here. Okay, what book are you reading? The second one, she is what? Emailing or emails here, mother, at 9 this evening. So at 9 this evening, this is future. So when I am using the future, of course, in the present continuous, or and the third one, he is writing or he writes a blog every day. Every day means something habitual. He do it every day, so he writes. Okay, they don't text or they aren't texting me anymore. Okay, so this is what? This is present also. They don't text. On the other side, number 5, my grandparents aren't understanding the internet because they are too old. So this is truth. So we can say that this is present simple because it is something true. And then he is downloading or downloads some new music right now, something happening now. So the right answer is downloading. I'm getting or I get mobile phone for my birthday. So something happening in the future. So we have it the present continuous. The last one, are you listening or do you listen to what I am saying? So something happening now. So the right answer is, are you listening? So this is in general. I hope you have get an idea about what we have mentioned. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being or having an attention with me. Inshallah, see you later in the next lesson. Assalamu alaikum.